But Ryan, I wanted to ask you, because Andrew and I have never been on a team plane before. We've never been nursing an injury and had to travel to the East Coast and things like that. So I want to hit you with a couple like gambling adages that we hear about all the time. And from a player's perspective, which one of these would you buy into most as a bettor? So we've got the bounce back spot after a tough game. We've got the revenge angle for maybe a key player, star running back, something like that, playing for a team that cut him the year before, something to that effect. And then we've got the look ahead spot where you've got I'm sure you know what that is. We got a weak opponent, but next week there's a really big game coming up. So that team might not have the best effort there. Or playing 3 straight games on the road for an NFL team. Which one of these do you put the most value in and say, you should care about this and notice this as a bettor?
I think there's 2 that you mentioned that kind of stick out to me. The revenge factor, right? If you have a player, or like, I'm really excited for Miami versus the Cowboys this week, because you had Tyreek and Micah, the 2 of the premier players on their respective teams, going back and forth all year about like who's the guy, and Tyreek telling the Cowboys, "Hey, I'm gonna give you all the smoke," and Micah saying, "I'm unblockable. I can't wait to get to your quarterback," and things like that. But I think of the revenge when I think of like a coach that got fired, and it's his opportunity to strike back. Alabama, and I know we're crossing into college football, but Alabama just hired one of Michigan's fired coaches from this past offseason. And I think that's a brilliant move, despite, the fact, my feelings about Alabama. But, speaking of revenge, like, that Michigan staffer is going to tell every single secret in that defensive playbook. And it's really going to make, and at this point, can Michigan really change all their verbiage? And then it's like, no, you want it simple. The game needs to be simple. So if you have that ability to, as a coach, to have that revenge factor, or a star player, a quarterback that might have been cut, the Jake Browning versus the Vikings, right? He specifically said, he didn't say anything during the week, but after the game, you shouldn't have cut me. That definitely factors in. And in a player like me, I remember when the Raiders cut me, my first opportunity to go against them in preseason, I was going against the special teams coach who was really, really tough on me, Bob Casulo, and he was with the Seahawks, and I had just a dominant special teams performance against him. And absolutely, I was thinking about him every opportunity I could, because I was like, I'm going to show him. So that, we're the most competitive people in the world, professional athletes, and that absolutely plays in. And then the 3 road games. I mean, that's a lot of time away from your normal routine of sleeping in your, own bed, or, having the opportunity to, see your kids and spend time with your loved ones and things like that. Three in a row is a beast. And so I would say those are the 2 I would focus on.